Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Streets of Rage 3, in the third part of the third day of the 15th hour of the fucking whatever, really. In any case, we enter into the ninja stronghold as we gradually make our way towards Mr. X's penthouse. I guess he just likes to house ninjas all the way down in the sub-basement, really, but yeah, this is very much meant to be a sort of, well, I guess what's meant to be a sort of fake-out final gauntlet for reasons that you'll be seeing at the end of the part, but, let's just say that it has a lot to do with, Japan and their problems with the difficulty. But you'll see what I mean as we get to the end of the part, and, well, I mean, far be it from me, because I am going to be showing off all the endings of Streets of Rage 3, because this game does have multiple endings, multiple pathways, and, yeah, you might actually notice that if you use a level select code with this game, yeah, you can go up to mission 6, but no mission 7. I wonder why that is. But again, you'll see as the commentary goes on, so, yes. I'm keeping bottoms in seats. No, your bottom is planted firmly on that four-legged device that you call a chair. But anyway, they're now also playing the theme right at the beginning of the game when we got the letter from Blaze. Written in cursive, cause she's the lady who knows how to write. And incidentally, I do sort of apologize for making these cutscenes seem a little bit more boring and not doing silly voices for them, but, well, I mean, again, I'm not really too sure how I could really do a reasonable, I mean, at the very least, Blaze and, Skate, I mean, the former of which being, you know, I'm sorry, but my voice is too sexy and I can't quite get to a high enough register to voice a woman, much to my shame, and, as for Skate, I'm really not too sure, what sort of voice I would have given him. I guess maybe I could try and go for, like, a sort of, like, a Virgil Hawkins Static Shock kind of thing, but, I don't know, I don't really have the same sort of vocal talents as, Phil Lamar, so, really don't know. Anyway, this is Fabio. Stop plucking. There we go. Oh, accept your fate, you hunky, purple-haired fighter man. Take this, take this, take this, take this. Oh, by the way, it is also worth noting that in, well, tradition with censorship with other Streets of Rage games, you're not gonna be getting a little peek at, well, Blaze's, undergarments, for lack of a better phrase. By the way, also one of my favorite tracks in the game. Really fucking chill and, yeah, just makes you feel like you're driving in a car like dobo, 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 dobo. I don't know, it's really chill as hell and, quite enjoy it. But anyway, we're finally back topside, and now that we're at Mr. X's stronghold, we just gotta beat everybody up to stop him. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for a certain insert bit of bullshit you'll be seeing at the end of the part here, honestly, I would kind of appreciate this little fake out for, well, again, feeling like, oh, we're finally at the end of the game, we're gonna bring it to Mr. X as per usual, and, yeah, this is offering a little bit of a twist to the gameplay. But yeah, anyway, a new attack that Big Bob has over there is that, yeah, on top of eating a lot of the donuts that allow him to roll around, yeah, he also has, like, a little spin dash ability. Kind of surprised he can do that, but then again, I guess he's just sort of using momentum to power his physique towards Blaze, I guess. I don't know, maybe he might have been like a stuntman of the circus before joining forces with Mr. X and his evil syndicate. And, yeah, also in keeping with Streets of Rage 2 combat, yeah, if you try and, you know, body slam, the Big Bob over there, yeah, basically what happens is that he will crush you, with his sizable girth. Although, then again, maybe it might be like a Kingpin kind of thing for, like, the Spider-Man animated series, where it's like, approximately 2% of my body weight is fat. So, yeah, the dude's all muscle, despite looking like he enjoys the food a little bit too much. I do wonder if there's any sort of accuracy to that kind of thing, but then again, that requires probably, like, you know, physiology and dietitian stuff that I can't be asked researching. But I mean, in any case, though, I mean, if there is anything I can say about the build-up, it's, you know, it works for what it's worth. It's just kind of a shame that the localization screwed everything over, and, yeah, I mean, I will say that we are about halfway done with the game at this stage, so, you know, things are going fairly well, but, At the same time, though, I also don't want to expunge a lot of my tangents, because a lot of the more juicier stuff I have to talk about I feel will be a bit more applicable, well, once we get the plot moving. I mean, again, we're turning our sights on Mr. X right now, but, yeah, we're halfway through. A little bit too early to be calling this endgame, and we ain't even found the Chief of Police just yet. So yeah, we have a lot left to do, and, you know, as I mentioned beforehand, I don't want this to turn into another Streets of Rage 2 kind of thing, where I ran out of tangents, so, yeah, I'm trying desperately to kind of keep the pace here. Scarab, my old friend. I mean, I might have mentioned this before in Streets of Rage 1, but are the Scarabs meant to be like a sort of gang with like the whole mohawk and different colored jackets kind of thing, or is it just lazy enemy placement insert here? I mean, I do know that they're all meant to be under the thumb of the Syndicate, but at the same time, though, with the individual gangs in the city, I always sort of imagined that, you know, some of the Golsiers or, like, you know, the Electras were all sort of part of their own, like, themed gangs. Like, I mean, again, with, like, the whole Electra kind of thing, you know, you had to be, like, a part of a dominatrix cult kind of thing in order to be a part of her gang, or, like, maybe you had to be, you know, a motorcycle dude to be a part of, you know, the Donovan or, you know, Scarab gang or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's just me sort of planning my interpretations on Streets of Rage, or maybe there is like an official mythology that I haven't really been paying too much attention to, but I don't know. Makes for fun things to think about as we make our way towards Mr. X before he donated his body to the Umbrella Corporation. Reusing a previous thing that we heard on the streets, but now on the lift. Because what good beat-em-up wouldn't be without a lift segment? Well, probably a good one, as it really only sort of exists to pad out for time, really. And, yeah, by the way, it says it's a metal bat right here, but I mean, unless, of course, this thing is made out of, like, fucking bronze or, like, some sort of, like, iron or whatever, I don't believe you. But, yeah, another thing, or another, you know, quality of life improvement with Streets of Rage 3 that I can talk about. Yeah, weapons actually have their own health bar as opposed to just like, oh, you drop them 3 times? Oh, I guess you'll never see them again. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of creates a bit of a catch-22 in the sense that, again, like, you lose the weapon if you drop it 3 times in the old games, which I guess sort of makes it like, again, if you can hold on to it and with your skills, you can keep it for as long as you want, but then again, if you have a health bar, you know, you can keep the weapon on screen and, you know, doesn't make it quite as broken, I guess. I don't know. Take your pick as to which one you like, and, I don't know. Answers on a postcard, really. How you doing? How you doing, slutty women who are covering up? I guess you're trying to change your ways. You had some children born from some innate customers, but, you know, you're a single working woman trying to make her way in the world, and, you want to set a good example, you know, for your children. It's like, don't worry, I'm still a dominatrix, and I can still make your balls fucking red by whipping the shit out of them with my electronic whip. But by God, I'm gonna make sure my kids get to school on time, get a better education, and do better than I did. As a young lass trying to make it in a man's world. Yeah, that's my backstory for Electra now. As part of why she's, you know, wearing more clothes, but still working for Mr. X. She's gotta provide for her family, but, you know, she wants her children to do better than she did. So yeah, maybe that's gonna be... That'll potentially be my thing to pad out for time on the off chance that, I'll run out of commentary for things to say, really. Honestly, I kinda wish I thought of that for Streets of Rage 3, so, yeah, there's a thing of a backstory for the lesbians. Well, you know, nobody accepts our lifestyle, after all, they censored Ash, the camp gay guy, from appearing in this game, so, you know, they're just trying to fight for, you know, queer rights. Yeah, they're a very positive example. The only way they can do it, you know, in a man's world controlled by domineering media types like Howard Lincoln, is to work for the Syndicate, to advocate for social change. See? Can we blame them? I mean, all they're really doing to Blaze right now is just trying to stop her from dancing and giving her a bit of a slap. See, they're not even really all that bad, they just want to be a dancer. And, you know, promote LGBT, lesbian, bacon and tomato rights. Can we blame them? Truly? No. The true root of this cause is Mr. X. Mr. X. In the flesh, or so I presume. Welcome to my humble abode. Groovy dude. But yeah, I really have no idea what the fuck he's even talking about here, because, I I don't know, I guess he was expecting his android to return, but... yeah, whatever. He's basically just sort of here to... yeah, replace the current city administration, evidently. Yeah, in terms of the overall goals of the American plot, you know, all the explosives and whatever else, it's basically to weaken the public's trust in terms of, you know, trust in the local government and whatever else, and basically to sort of advocate for Mr. X's plans to basically take control of city administration, and then the world. So yeah, it's basically just a syndicate takes over the world sugar-me-do, compared to the Japanese version that is to be discussed at a later date. In the meantime though, we basically have another little beat-up goons kind of thing, and then Mr. X will fight us himself. Oh, poor Zack. He was born a Lego maniac, and now he will die as a psychomaniac. Yeah, so that's my backstory for Zack. He was a Lego maniac, he needed to work for Mr. X to sate his expensive Lego addiction, and so here he is. Then there's, what's-his-face here? Guy. He kills women. That's pretty much all I got for him. He's a sexist bastard who works for Mr. X to sate his lust for, I don't know, domestic abuse. And that's why he must be stopped. See, look, Electra's still working for Mr. X, you know, it's an equal opportunity organization. As we have here. As again, I still wonder what employee benefits he has, so maybe, you know, paying enough to go for a good public school is probably what he offers. What a lovely man. Why are we even trying to stop him? I mean, Wood Oak City was a shithole even before Mr. X was even approached for, you know, government office, and I mean, despite being a criminal endeavor, he seems to have a lot of the money to pull this off, so... fuck it, why not? Let's have a mafia-run state government. Why not? Oh, this is why we can't have a mafia-run state government? He's a robot in disguise, so he's probably gonna be giving robots in the public turking gerbs and doing whatever. So yeah, this is pretty much Mr. X's second phase. Basically, he'll just sort of skate around in his little Shadow the Hedgehog hover skates and fire out his little missile launcher fist Motron and then just sort of laugh at you and, you know, just sort of scuttle about, punch you a bit. And if this boss fight seems a little bit easier than what you otherwise would have expected, well, that's because that is intentional, and not just because, you know, the Japanese had it much easier than what we did, but instead because, well, yeah, the true ending of the game is difficulty-gated. So yeah, you're going to be seeing the full result of that as we conclude this. So on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time on the Streets of Rage commentary, well, we're going to be continuing with the story good and proper, because here, well, if you're playing on the easy mode, you are stopped right dead in your tracks right here. Catch you dudes and dudettes next time, and I'll see you later.